You won't believe what happened to Michael Jackson's daughter, so take a deep breath. When new pictures of Paris Jackson appeared, it was the shocked response that went across pop cultural circles. Paris, who was born in 1998 to Debbie Rowe, and the king of pop, gained international recognition as a quiet but endearing youngster with her mother's delicate features and her father's deep eyes. In pictures from her early years, she is seen posing on stage at award events with her long, dark hair tied back and wearing glittering jackets, her eyes full of amazement. At 25, however, Paris has experienced a profound metamorphosis, one as audacious and complex as her father's own artistic creations. When Paris shared a series of somber black and white photographs on Instagram last month, it was the first clue. A gorgeous young woman with platinum blonde hair shaved at the sides and dark roots framing a face sculpted by high cheekbones and big lips replaced the girl next door innocence. She had a powerful, almost otherworldly presence because of the smudged kohl around the edges of her eyes, which were still those same deep, soulful windows. A thorny rose on her wrist and the phrase rebellion etched across her collarbone were among the tattoos that protruded from under her baggy jacket. Overall, the result was artistic and edgy, more akin to catwalk models than Hollywood aristocracy. Supporters were split. Some commended her development, applauding her audacious self-expression and defiance of social norms. Others feared that she was losing the sweetness that used to distinguish her and were heading into shock value zone. Paris, who is renowned for her fortitude, was undisturbed. She let the pictures speak for themselves by writing just the word becoming in the caption, with comments like "Own your power," "Channeling MJ energy," and "You're a queen." The post received millions of likes and hundreds of comments. What caused this change? Since her father passed away in 2009, Paris has been open about her identity and mental health issues. She struggled with depression as a teenager and turned to activism, music, and painting for comfort. She honed her acting skills at the Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute before co-founding the environmental NGO Just Be, which promotes indigenous rights and climate justice. She experimented with her appearance along the road, wearing makeup influenced by punk, coloring her hair pink, and embracing gender-fluid clothes. An extension of that journey, the most recent makeover, is a visual statement of independence and artistic freedom. Paris takes a comprehensive approach to life, which is reflected in her wellness regimen, flowing through vinyasa sequences that strengthen her body and concentrate her mind. She begins her days with sunrise yoga on her rooftop in Los Angeles, a green smoothie bowl with fresh berries and cacao nibs for breakfast, a quinoa and kale salad with grilled tempeh for lunch, and roasted cauliflower steaks with tahini drizzle for supper are some possible options. She prefers organic, plant-based meals and engages in intermittent fasting, but she occasionally treats herself to vegan ice cream or dark chocolate pieces. Her practice is completed by journaling and meditation, which aid her in coping with the demands of personal loss and celebrity. The updated images also highlight her developing artistic abilities. In one image, she is seen clutching a vintage microphone while wearing a fierce face that seems to be channeling a performance. Another depicts her in the middle of a dance, with a leather jacket and tulle skirt swirling to represent movement and defiance. Though she has not disclosed any details, Paris has alluded to a possible comeback to music, possibly a debut song that blends pop, rock, and experimental sounds. Additionally, she is in negotiations for a part in an independent film that examines artistic history and generational pain. This project seems to be a perfect fit for her complex character. The underlying narrative of Paris's reinvention, a young woman navigating a significant genetic and cultural background while creating her own identity, is lost on those who write it off as a PR ploy. Paris is resolved to leave her father's shadow behind and honor his legacy while forging her own way. She has inherited his enthusiasm for social problems and his bravery in pushing boundaries, fusing them into a contemporary story of self-discovery. One thing is certain: as Paris Jackson keeps changing, her journey is far from finished. From a charming kid of musical royalty to a strong, independent artist, she epitomizes the transformational potential of ingenuity and perseverance. So inhale deeply, push past the memories, and get ready to meet a new Paris, brash, unrepentant, and eager to take over the spotlight.